Next, a nonprofit working to break the cycle of violence through music, art, and peace education. We'll be right back. One Common Unity is a nonprofit that is preventing violence in our community by using the transformative power of music and the arts. Joining us now are Hawah Kasat, who is co-founder and executive director of One Common Unity. Maria del Rosario Gomez is mental health clinical director. Thank you both for being with us. And congratulations on your grant. The work that you were doing, you actually started doing after a string of school shootings in the district. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. Back in the year 2000, I co-founded the organization with some friends. And here in D.C., there was a lot of violence happening in the schools, out of the schools, and there was a number of school shootings outside the school that took the lives of a number of young people. And myself and a few friends, we came together to try and prevent the violence through music and arts, and we organized a big festival and rally on U Street at that time to really coordinate a wide variety of partners to help young people find alternatives to violence. Just all the trauma that young people are facing was a real barrier to learning. And that trauma was preventing young people from being able to go into school and really focus on reading, writing, math. And so we really believed and felt that we had to create some alternatives to help young people tap in to that important health and wellness. And using the arts and music was a way to give them an opportunity to see all those alternatives that are out there to fighting and to violence and to bullying.
I'm really impressed by a lot of the programs that you've started that are really engaging young people in our community. So let's talk about some of them. And we've got some pictures taken during some of the activities that are focused around these programs. We're going to put the pictures up. And one of your programs is called Fly by Light.
Yes. Yeah, Fly by Light is our flagship program. It's in 24 schools all around the district. So we're in all 8 wards of the city. Mm-hmm. And through Fly by Light, we're engaging young people in in-school and after-school programming, mm-hmm. and also summer youth programming. And we, in the summertime, take young people into nature, onto retreats. But for this photo in particular, young people are having an opportunity to be in a showcase and share their music, their art, their poetry, their dance, their theater, and share their solutions to world problems with a larger audience.
So you have them inside and you have them outside. Yeah. And we have some pictures from the retreat, if you want to put those up in the control room. You're using art and music as therapy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. I'd love Maria to speak about that.
So it's therapy, but it's also really engaging in healing, being able to look at something as powerful as art and music, being able to connect that back to the youth and having them give a voice to their experience. And not only that, but a voice to their healing, mm-hmm. is what our program really focuses on. And Fly by Light is, again, as Howard mentioned, our flagship of how our message began. But we've also grown that into our school-based mental health program as well. We work within our program with children from ages 5 to adults that are 18, still in high school, bringing that message, bringing those methods into the therapeutic setting.
Mm-hmm. This picture is from what?
This picture is from Eastern Senior High School, where we have an intention room. So we have a campaign called Intention, Not Detention. And what we've been doing is reclaiming and renaming spaces that are normally used for punitive justice, and we're turning them into places for restorative justice. And so within an intention room, we take the in-school suspension room or the detention room, and we turn it into a place for mindfulness, for stress reduction, for communication skills, nonviolent communication, for conflict resolution, and for developing social emotional literacy amongst our young people. And so the intention room is a place where the students can go to find mentors and to find safety so that they can process some of those mental, those sort of emotional obstacles to their academic achievement. So these are really becoming a big part of our work, is creating intention rooms, pairing that with our mental health department and the work we're doing through our therapists, and using art and music to kind of bridge and shift the culture in the school to really think about how we don't have to throw people out, right? It's not about like kicking people out of school. It's about learning how to integrate and how to grow together as a community.
All right, and change behavior in the process.
Yes.
All right. We're talking with One Common Unity, and we'll continue talking about what they're doing and the grant that they've just received. We'll be right back. We're talking with One Common Unity, a local nonprofit that is working with young people to prevent violence. Maria, you are working the mental health component. Tell us why it's so important for our young people today.
I think it's very important because our young people need a voice to be able to not only express how they feel, but also find a path to heal from experiences. Many of our youth have gone through what we call as painful memories or painful experiences, and the vocabulary to express how that has impacted them, not only in how they feel, but how they move, how they think, how they sleep, is not there. So our aim with our school-based mental health program is to bring that awareness through music, through evidence-based practice with our 14 clinicians, to really give our youth the voice and to really highlight that healing is possible, although you've been through painful experiences.
Yeah. Hawah, how many young people have you touched and reached with your programs over the years?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I mean, so this is our 20-year anniversary, and over the past 20 years, we've reached about 28,000 youth and families. We've trained over about 10,000 teachers and educators from around the country. Within our model, we have a really vast curriculum that we've developed over the past 20 years that involves social emotional learning, conflict resolution, nonviolence, and social justice. And then we've also held over 82 concerts, festivals, youth showcases, all around the DMV area. So we really are working on changing the language and changing sort of what we view as acceptable in our culture through using the youth voices to promote an alternative to the violence.
You call that peace education training?
We do. We call it peace education.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your grant, your Project Innovation grant, was $35,000?
That's right.
Tell us how you're specifically using those funds.
Yeah, we're using those funds. So we started an organizing troupe where we have some young people that are gathering from local high schools once or twice a week, and they are learning about local community issues, and they are bringing their voice to solving the problems through storytelling, through poetry, through film, and through photography. And so we're creating a platform for young people to share their vision and their hope and their dreams for the world.
But not only that, but bringing it back to the community through our showcases, being able to help the community understand what it's like through their lens, which is something that I feel is very powerful and empowering as you're going through that process as well.
Yeah.
It sort of sounds like you're speaking to young people using their voices.
Mm-hmm. And we're learning from them, actually, right? And that's how we really kind of break down the barriers of education. We're all teachers and we're all students in this process, and that's what makes what we do really unique and innovative, because it's really about understanding that we're all learners. And in the mental health space, I think what's so important is that we address that trauma, that deep-seated trauma, which is often the barrier. We see in schools a lot of cyclical violence because sometimes those in charge might be reinforcing negative behaviors and patterns through language that can be disheartening and degrading. So just training all of us to be more compassionate, to be more kind, even when we're under stress, even when we're having a hard day, because that's going to go a long way in our ability to create roads for academic achievement for our children.
All right, and mental healing.
Absolutely.
And emotional healing.
Exactly. Mental healing, emotional healing, physical healing, focusing on just the entire connectedness of you as a person, you as a special being. That is the message that we bring with our mental health program and our just organization as a whole.
All right. Well, folks might want to connect with your organization, so we're going to put it's there, the website address, onecommonunity.org. You're doing invaluable work, and we are delighted that you are one of the Project Innovation recipients. for 2019.
We're honored. We
We're honored.
All right.
feel really happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
Hawah Kasat and Maria del Rosario Gomez, thank you so much. One common unity.